Is Dr. Dre clout chasing off of Nipsey Hussle's death? A lot of people seem to think that way. And I know people are like, well, Big Cool, why would Dr. Dre, all-time great in the music industry overall as a rapper, producer, executive producer, so forth and so on, be, clout chasing over, Nipsey Hussle's death? He was one of the original members of NWA. He's worked with Eazy-E, Ice Cube, Tupac, Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar. He found Eminem. He's worked with so many, great artists from the West Coast to the East Coast around the world. So why would he need to hate on Nipsey Hussle, who is from California, and who, I might add, influential in the time he had his platform and he was ascending towards huge status, not only as a musician and a rapper, but as a guy who was doing so much for his community, doing so much for his people in his hometown. And we know he was shot down and murdered in front of his store in March 31st. But all this is stemming from his fans who have peeped the video not long after Nipsey Hussle's death of Dr. Dre in the studio with Snoop Dogg in the game, one of Nipsey Hussle's close friends, and a picture of him. He's sitting down, looking at the camera, taking a picture next to a portrait painted of Nipsey Hussle, and that just seems to ruffle the feathers of Nipsey Hussle's hardcore, fans. Because, I mean, look, if they seen it from their point of view and been following this closely, and then they also, see what Nipsey Hussle said, which I'll read off or put it in a video, then there may be some truth to what they're saying. And in an interview with some guy named Kev, Nipsey Hussle addressed this situation because he did a track called Mr. Untouchable, where he referenced Dr. Dre and the idea that Dre didn't support him or other booming West Coast gangster rappers. And this is what he had to say. What I said about the Dre situation was just me being a real nigga. It wasn't like a direct shot. It was just like me speaking what was true to me at the moment. We doing us and we gonna push us regardless of cosigns. Help people coming down, dropping ropes. I felt like if I'm sitting back in the game and I'm watching Nipsey Hussle and I'm watching Dom Kennedy and I'm watching YG at the moment developing a situation, I just felt like what I would do, I wouldn't spend money. I wouldn't necessarily offer financial support, but I would do I would do what I do to these young dudes that I see. I would acknowledge they grind, because when it's impossible to miss and you don't acknowledge it, it becomes intentionally not acknowledging it. He also mentions Dr. Dre on the cut Keys to the City, suggesting that he decided to opt out of working with them. The lyrics that suggested this being Hustle Hustle, Dre Pass, Def Jam, Capital, Atlantic 2. Thought that I'll be dead for doing life, cause what I rap is true. Just another who. That particular line gave the fans more evidence to build their case. And this is what some people said. Nipsey Hussle, the great account, a fan page account on Twitter, posted the picture of Dr. Dre sitting next to the picture in the studio. Then there's another one with the game sitting on the right side, Dr. Dre sitting on the left with the Nipsey Hussle picture in the middle. And the caption said, Dr. Dre, Nipsey Hussle in the game. And then Bree from around the way, Nip wanted to work with him so badly. He said it so many times it was one of his dreams and he constantly ignored him. So there it is. And then somebody else said, I don't care how nobody feels about this. Dre should not be near any Nipsey tribute or anything related to Nip. He didn't support him while he was here, and we should let him gain clout off his death. I don't care. Somebody else said Dre Pass, Def Jam Pass, pretty much retweeting or requoting what Nipsey said in Keys to the City. Then Winnie the Bitch said, nah, Dre ignored Nipsey while he was still alive. Fuck him. So people, his hardcore fans, are out there riding for him, as you would expect if you felt and clearly see that, the appreciation or the acknowledgement isn't being bestowed upon a guy who's putting in that work, consistently grinding. I mean, he got it from Rick Ross, who's a Southern guy from Miami. He got it from Jay-Z, who is a guy from East Coast in New York. He got it from so many other people. And you have to question, why didn't he get it from Dre? Now, not saying Dre had to, dick ride and overly praise him, but he could acknowledge, look, Nip was a blooming star. He was constantly getting better. He was doing so much in the music industry and for his community, and I respect his grind. I see some of him in me when I was coming up, or whatever it is that Dre may have felt. But I'll also say this: if Dre didn't feel those things, then he just didn't feel those things. But to do this, to take a picture and pose with a portrait of him after his death is definitely distasteful. Definitely makes you look like you're chasing clout, and that you just trying to get in on the tributes and whatever it may be pertaining to Nipsey Hussle. Now that he's no longer here with us, it's one thing. If you didn't say nothing while he was live, don't say nothing after, other than offering your condolences. Don't try to lie and prop up some story about this, that, and the third when it's not genuine and it's BS. So, this is not a question for me to answer, but from the looks of things and seeing and reading what Nip said, then yeah, it appears that Dr. Dre is clout chasing, because obviously Nip felt that, that energy wasn't given to him when he was alive. He wanted to work with him, but it wasn't meant to be. And you see, he still went on to do great things with Victory Lap. Probably should have won Rap Album of the Year, but it didn't. But he left a long lasting legacy. He's remembered, now until the end of time, and he did his job, man. So rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. Hopefully, Dr. Dre, if asked about this, he can address it in an appropriate way, and and everybody else move on. But if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Make sure you drop those comments in the comment section down below, giving me your thoughts on this. If you enjoy the content throughout the channel, please hit that subscribe button and turn those notifications on, man, to be notified every time I upload content. Until next time, I am out. Peace.